This guy dominated on offense. He dominated on defense. He had two of the biggest signature plays in, recent finals history.
Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
It just feels like he has ascended, and this is going to be his league if the Bucks win.
If Chris Paul gets this close and falls, what will that mean for the way we think of him?
All against Connaughton. Booker fires a 3. Bang! Chris Paul finds a spot, three-pointer. Got it!
You are now listening to the Q&E podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? I'm trying to get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E podcast, and you're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. And I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E podcast. Today, we got diehard Suns fan. We got our boy Russ on here today, man. Hey, Russ, go ahead. Go ahead, get your feelings off. We'll let you get the first minute.
Okay, look, this your boy Russ from the Make It Home Safe podcast. I'm also part of the Game 7 Collective. Arizona native from Tucson, about 2 hours south of Phoenix. Man, just get into the topics. We'll roll the topics. I always say y'all gonna talk about
the Suns, you don't even want to get your feelings off? We gave you the first minute.
Bro, it was a lot of emotion last night. It was a lot of emotion. It's okay.
We'll give you the first couple minutes.
We was backstage and Q was talking that hot shit, part of my language. So we're gonna let y'all go ahead and get your stuff off.
But I was rooting for the Suns, though, bro. We was on the same side this round.
We was
on the same side this round.
We was picking the Suns. We both picked the Suns.
Whoa. Don't bring up the Bucks now, because I can bring up rings. Don't do that now, Russ.
No, I don't want to.
Don't do that.
I don't want to hear that. But yeah, man.
Okay, man, let's dive into it, man. Let's dive into the topics, man. So y'all already know what the deal is. The Bucks won the championship last night over the Suns. Giannis had a 50-piece and just went crazy, bro. Nobody could stop him. Ayton looked like a little ass boy when going against that man. Shit was looking real crazy last night, bro. But I just want to talk to you, just get your first reaction to what you seen last night from Giannis, bro, because that performance was one of the best performances I've ever seen, bro.
Oh, it was insane. Dog, I had to look up some stats last night. I got a boy who does analytics and whatnot. Shout out to my boy Justin Spears at ESPN. Dog, Giannis had 27 points in 5 minutes and 37 seconds when he was being guarded by DeAndre Ayton. You ain't never seen nothing like that. He put the team on his back last night. I was sick. Yeah, Giannis cooked, though.
Edgar, first reaction.
First reaction to the Bucks winning, or just Giannis, period. First reaction, I was pissed off at the Suns. That was honestly my first reaction. I wasn't even upset that they lost. It was just the way that they lost. And we'll get into it with 2 Hour Wednesday with the poll, but I was so pissed at Devin Booker the entire game, bro. I'm like, why are you not forcing these guys to give you the ball? If I'm Book, this is an elimination game and we're away, I'm begging for the ball every play. Give me the ball. I don't care if I take 50 shots tonight.
He was in jail, bro. You know who was guarding him last night. Drew was guarding him last night.
Strapped up.
That's what I'm saying. Strapped. Hey, ain't too much you can do when Drew guarded you, bro.
But it's the fact that I didn't see enough pick and rolls. I just seen Book standing in the corner too much. I'm like, why is Book standing in the corner and you not touching the ball for a 2-3 minute span? That don't make sense to me. You're the best player on the floor. Yes, Chris Paul is the leader. Yes, DeAndre Ayton is having his battle with Giannis right now, even though he's losing. They're battling, but you got to give Book the ball. You have to give your best player the ball. So not to take anything away from Giannis and what the Bucks did, but my very first reaction, I was pissed with what the Suns were doing.
Absolutely.
I was upset with Chris Paul, honestly, bro. And he had a nice stat line, but I think it was bigger than the stat line. With Drew Holiday not guarding him for this game, he should have been way more aggressive. You had PJ Tucker guarding you, and PJ been getting cooked this whole series. It should have been nothing but pick and rolls the whole game, and you already know what CP3 can do in pick and rolls. Ain't gonna get his dunks. It should have been that continuously last night. He just wasn't aggressive. I felt like he was aggressive in spots, but I felt like he was still looking for Booker in certain areas. But he just should have been aggressive the entire game with no Drew Holiday guarding him. Booker was strapped up. Nobody else. It's on you, Chris Paul. What you gonna do? Ayton is struggling. You have to put the team on your back at that point. And we didn't see enough from Chris Paul down the stretch, bro. That's why I said y'all MVP came up short, bro. He had a nice stat line, but he came up short, my nigga. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's
he
fact.
came up short.
No,
he came up short.
There's no lies
crazy.
right there.
That's crazy. But man, I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about Giannis, but we have to talk about Giannis because he's the final MVP. And a lot of niggas are putting him in the conversation with Kevin Durant for having one of the best resumes ever. And if you look at all of the everything, like all of the awards he's won, he has everything. When you talk about most improved player, 2-time MVP, all NBA, all defensive team, defensive player of the year, he has everything. Do you think he will end up in like that top 20 or that top 10 damn near conversation? He's only 26 and he has everything you look for in a basketball player.
Absolutely. He absolutely will. Like you said, the resume right now, if he retired today, that resume is impeccable. First team All-NBA, defensive player of the year, 2-time MVP. KD only got 1 MVP. James Harden 1 MVP. Giannis, man, he approaching that level. He'll try to approach that upper echelon all time.
I could definitely put him right now. If I just had to give a right now answer, I would say Giannis could be easily between top 10 and top 20. If he gets, let's say, 1 or 2 more chips, he's approaching top 10 status. I can't put him top 10 right now, even though with all the hype and everything he just won and he already has so much at 26. I wouldn't put him top 10 right now, because I say he could definitely be top 10, top 20. But if he gets 1 or 2 more chips, plus more all-star games, plus more all-NBA, all defense, like if he gets more of those accolades, he could definitely approach top 10 status.
And how do y'all feel about this where everybody's saying that he has no bag? He can get, if Giannis ain't got no bag, and he's still finna be one of the most dominant players we've ever seen. We talk about top 10, he's had everything, and this nigga has no bag. How do we feel about this right now, especially in this era of basketball?
I just feel like he's bringing some type of old feel back to the game. He's playing like a true big in certain situations, because when he had his back to the basket, nobody was stopping him. And then even when he was at the top of the key, he stopped all that dribble, trying to play on the perimeter. He realized, hey, I'm finna get the call 90% of the time and I'm driving. So he pulled a LeBron in Miami and he was just driving on everybody and just getting the layup. 9 times out of 10, he was getting the layup and the foul. And we have to applaud how well he did from the free throw line in this game. Like, I think he only missed 1, maybe 2 free throws the entire game. And that was the biggest knock that people had on him throughout this entire playoff. So he played like a true big in a generation of that big generation just dying out. He played like that last night. And even the last 2-3 games in this series, he played like that. So I just love how Giannis gave that old feel of a big back. And he was just very dominant on the boards and the free throw line.
100%. Edgar Wright, that you can't say it better than what he just said. Giannis ain't out here trying to jack up a bunch of threes. He know his game. And my biggest thing with Giannis, like Edgar said with the free throws, that's his biggest knock. He wasn't afraid to get to the foul line. He knew he was gonna get fouled. He wasn't dodging the free throw line. That's my biggest thing. So good on
Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. I know who you're talking to.
Exactly.
I know exactly who you're talking to. But yeah, I think it was a mentality change throughout the playoffs, because we seen earlier in the playoffs he was settling a lot. There was a lot of mid-range fadeaways in the post. It was like, what are you doing? Nobody can stop you when you're in the post and you're trying to get to the basket. Yeah. And we seen it this series, and it was surprising to see it this series because a lot of people were bigging up DeAndre Ayton to be this defensive anchor, but he was continuing to go right at him the entire series. So it didn't matter who they put on him. It was a mentality change, bro. So definitely shout out to Giannis. I think that he had 3 straight 40-point games or some nut shit like that. I think he was the first person to do that. I think like he was only one of 6 people to have a 50-point closeout game. So the historic moments that he had this series, I don't think they can be replicated anytime soon. Where would you rank this, I would say, like among the finals performances that you have seen in your lifetime? Is this the best one? Is this the best one? Because this shit is up there.
Yeah. As a prisoner of recency, like in my mind, I have to say it's in recent memory that I can think of, like the last 3-4 years. Absolutely. Yeah, I was number one for me recently.
I
over
wouldn't
a
have
Brown
it.
one too, even over a Brown one.
Yes. The last one he won in Cleveland. Yeah, I'm taking this one.
Over 2016?
Because
Nah,
50 points of 50 points.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying. I just want you to remember 2016 and how crazy that was
I'm
over
talking about
that squad.
the whole finals performance, not just one
I'm not
game.
disagreeing with you though.
Oh, the closeout. I mean, he scored 40 and 10. But no, you're right. Damn, you're right.
No. That's why I said I'm not disagreeing with what you said because the whole performance was great by Giannis. But I'm just saying, like the comeback and the whole totality of what happened in that Cavs and Warriors series was just crazy, bro.
To go to 7, I'm taking Giannis. Still 3 games of 40 and 10. Close out. Yeah, I'm taking Giannis.
I'm not mad at you.
I would put it top 5. Like if I just had to let recency bias play a part, I would put it top 5 right now.
Who was up there?
Off the top of my head. D Wade with the Miami Heat when they were down 0-2. I felt like D Wade's performance was up there. Bron coming back from 3-1. I don't know if I'll ever put anybody above that. Who else? I'll put Giannis up there. 4. Who would I put at 4? KD with his Warriors won because they were just unbeatable. They were just unbeatable. And 5, I don't know who I would put at 5, but Giannis is top 5. He could be.
Giannis, I think I would have Giannis. I think I would have Giannis like top. Bro, Giannis is top 3 for sure, bro. That D Wade one is up there for sure, and I think it has a lot to do with the comeback aspect as well because a lot of people forget that they were down 0-2 in this series, but it was just like a lot of momentum. It was a lot of close games, but they were down 0-2 in this series. D Wade was down 0-2. Brown was down 3-1 and 0-2. So the comeback is what really votes all of those performances up to the top. But man, I would honestly go with Giannis. I would go with Giannis too, Russ. I would go with Giannis as having the best one, bro.
You have to, dog. You have to.
Actually, no. I'll stick with D Wade. I'm going back and forth on it because look. Listen, hear me out. Because D Wade, when he was going on his crazy run back in 2006, my man ain't really have no help. Them niggas was doubling Shaq. My nigga had to do it on his own. In this series, Giannis was having crazy performances, but we seen some big nights from Drew Holiday. We seen some big nights from Middleton. I can't say the same thing for D Wade back in 2006, man. It felt like it was D Wade going 1 against 5 against the Mavericks. He was saving the Heat. I can't say the same thing about Giannis. Last night was like that. It felt like 105. Middleton struggling, and you had Holiday struggling. But for most of the series, Holiday and Middleton were showing up. So I can't say that about that D Wade one. So in my mind, D Wade would be 1, Giannis would be 2, and then Brian in 2016 will have to come in at 3. But it's tough, bro. That's tough, bro. He said none of the Jordan ones. I thought we said in the recent memory. Y'all gonna throw Jordans in there?
Oh, I'm just counting what we've seen, what me and Quincy have seen anyway.
What we've been outside for, exactly.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about Jordan ass. And Jordan still ain't have a better one than D Wade if we being real. He still had a better one to do with. I'm just saying.
if we counting shit that we haven't seen before, then that's a whole topic for a whole nother day. But as far as what we've seen, that's the list we're going with.
Niggas gonna be throwing in Bill Russell and shit. How he had 50 blocks a game. Man, get that bullshit. Bob Cousy winning Finals MVP. We ain't talking about none of that. No, man, but Jordan, but Jordan would be up there for sure.
JaVale McGee would have dominated in them areas.
Playing against Plumbers, my nigga JaVale McGee. Oh, we gonna talk about JaVale McGee later in this podcast. That nigga is this nigga's definitely a part of a topic for sure. But let's move on. Let's talk about the Suns a little bit more, man. CP3, he had an up and down series, but he did get the Suns to this point in the finals. But his contract is up. He could leave. He's a free agent. Russ, do you think he is leaving, and what is his best destination if he was to decide to leave?
So look, if the bag is right somewhere else, he gonna leave. So he has a $44 million player option, I think, this year. Mm-hmm. And if he turns that down and somebody give him maybe like 30, I can't see. I wouldn't pay him $30 million a year.
That's what I said. The Knicks. It would be the Knicks. The Knicks would pay him that cheese.
Do I think he'll take a discount to play with Braun in LA? Maybe, but the Suns, we have to re-sign Cameron Payne. Like that has to be number one. So yeah,
y'all got a lot of people to pay though, bro. Y'all got a lot of people to pay.
We do.
Bridges, Ayton.
Exactly, and I think they really gonna re-sign Frank Kaminsky because you got to think I know this sounds crazy. They drafted Jalen Smith, and I know we'll talk about this later. They drafted Jalen Smith in the lottery for him to be unplayable in the finals, which is crazy to me. But
I thought he was going to play big this year.
Exactly.
He could have played in this series, I feel like, but especially with Sarge going out. He could have got you a couple of minutes here and there for somebody like a Kaminsky, bro.
But yeah, I think CP3 out of here, man. CP3 probably going to go to the Lakers, for real, for real. If we're being honest. If I'm being honest.
Damn. So because Kendrick Perkins talked about it last week about the Suns being a potential dynasty if they were to win this year. You just don't see it for the Suns.
Kendrick Perkins is an idiot, dog. I hate Kendrick Perkins. He's an idiot. I'm being honest. I read his tweets online and I'm like, bro, shut up. But no, man. Do I want CP3 back? Absolutely. But you know what? If we can't get him back, I understand. If we can't afford it, it happens.
Damn. Edgar, how do you feel about the Chris Paul situation?
I don't think the Suns are going to give him the bag that he wants, not just because they lost, but just because CP3 will be, 37 next year, and he's not like an iron body like LeBron, so Chris Paul's 37 and LeBron's 37 are just two completely different 37. So he's going to be older, injury prone, as we've already seen throughout this playoffs and several others. And it's just they're looking to try and be the dynasty that Kendrick Perkins was talking about, at least as far as like always being in the upper echelon in the West. And I don't think CP3 can guarantee you that. So I definitely can see Chris Paul leaving. If he's trying to just get a ring and just trying to end his career as gracefully as possible, then the Lakers are the destination. But if he still feels like he can be a key component to a contending team, I guess you could say the Knicks. I don't really see anywhere else like where he could just be a true value. So,
do you really think that should be his mindset to try to chase a ring, or should he be fine with just not having a ring and just being successful and improving all of the teams that he goes to? Like, what does he want his legacy to be? Is what my question to Chris Paul.
If I'm 37 and I'm injury prone and people are still willing to give me some kind of money, I'm just trying to get a ring and just end my career. That would be my mindset.
I agree with Edgar 100%.
Cause what else you got to prove? You're already gonna be a Hall of Famer. You're already gonna be first ballot. Like,
but that's my point. What else do you have to prove? Is my question as well. Like, if Chris Paul never wins a championship, he's still gonna be a great point guard. Will we still question it? Will he still have some questions here and there about cementing his legacy? Yes, but it's fine. He still was successful and still was one of the best point guards we've ever seen. Is my question. Like, I don't need a ring to solidify Chris Paul, is what I'm saying. Because we know he's still one of the greatest point guards we've ever seen.
Facts.
I don't think he's trying to get a ring to solidify it. I think that's just one thing he's still just trying to check off until he just can't play no more. I feel like that's the one thing in his head, like, bro, I'm just going to keep playing until I get that. I got everything else to give me the Hall of Fame and to have a great career. If I can just get this ring, then cool.
Because this is my point. Because when we see him in championship situations with the Clippers and we see him underperform, that really like tarnished his legacy. But when he started to go to the OKCs and when he turned around Phoenix, that really started to raise his legacy because he was improving teams while he was building himself back up when it comes to trade value and how he was looked around the league. So that really improved his legacy. Not winning a ring, it was more so improving those teams that you didn't expect to do much and improving those to higher heights than they even seemed possible. So I think that improves his legacy even more than a ring. That's why what he's doing with that. So the Knicks could be that's why I'm like the Knicks could be where he goes next, because that can be something he does with the Knicks where they get to an Eastern Conference Finals where they haven't been in a long time.
But how does that look though for the Knicks? Because Tom Thibodeau, he plays his starters a bunch of minutes. Chris Paul can't play 30 plus minutes.
Chris Paul gonna get that nigga right. Chris Paul gonna be like, "Hey Tom, I got to sit my ass down, bro. I can't
exactly.
do it."
So it'll look interesting if he does leave the Suns to see where he ends up next. I think it's the Lakers, but I guess the Knicks is the only other team that makes sense in that point. So
I was just thinking, I've been saying Dame could go to Dallas this whole time. What about CP3 to Dallas? Do you feel like they got enough money to give him? I mean, I don't think he asking for too much. I could see CP3 and Luka, and then you got Tim Hardaway Jr. and all them. I don't feel they would have to give up too much to get a Chris Paul. So
yeah, I feel that. I think Luka's a James Harden clone, But we'll get to that later. So I feel like we've already seen that before. But,
That's what I was just about to say. The same thing. I don't think it works with Luka. Chris Paul all in Luka ear. I can't really see that working out. Chris Paul is too much of a bulldog for somebody like Luka, my nigga. I think Luka has to be running your team. If you got somebody like Chris Paul barking in his ear, he gonna push that nigga to the side and probably get that nigga traded by mid-season. Yeah, honestly, that's just how that nigga rock.
I understand.
All right, man. Next question: will they be back? Both of these teams, they really overperformed this year. Injuries did help both of their seasons. That's why I still say asterisks by this championship. I just want everybody to know this is still an asterisk season. I didn't care who won and how good the finals was. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Russ, tell him stop saying that shit, bro.
Bro, that don't make that shit.
His team was in the finals. He's gonna disagree.
The Bucks had somebody missing too. Dante DiVincenzo, they didn't play the whole playoff.
Stop it, Russ. Stop it. Stop it, nigga. You stop it.
Hey, DiVincenzo got good minutes with the Bucks. I don't want to hear it. I don't care if he only.
That wasn't supposed to be your argument, bro. That was not supposed to be your argument.
Hey, come on, man.
Oh my God.
Edgar, he played good minutes. Edgar, he played good minutes.
I'm talking about all-star injuries, Russ. I'm talking
That's
about
not the argument.
Injuries.
That's not the argument.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care if AD or Kawhi would have played. We still would have went to the finals.
Who?
You heard what I said?
Crazy.
AD and Kawhi.
Crazy. You're crazy.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
Hey,
y'all could have got there.
They almost beat you with no Kawhi.
Hey, I don't want to hear that. What happened to Tyler Jesus Hero? What happened to him? Ain't that your man?
Why are you bringing the heat into this? See, that's how you know niggas bitter right now. You're bitter right now. So I'm gonna let you get that shit off. I'm gonna let you get that off, Russ. I'm gonna let you get that off. I ain't
Chill on my dog Hero.
I'm gonna fall back. Then, but you gotta stop.
I'm gonna let you get that off because I know you're going through a lot right now.
Facts.
Thank you, bro.
He
knows.
He
knows the deal.
They could get back.
Who? Which team?
Can get back.
Which team?
Both. The Bucks could get back and the Suns could get back.
With everybody healthy?
Next season?
That's what I meant. Like next season. When they get back.
We're just talking next season? Oh, I don't know.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Nah.
I'm talking about with everybody healthy. Are we seeing these teams getting back to the finals?
The Bucks could. The Suns, I don't know. Everybody back healthy in the West. You got the Warriors coming back fully healthy and all that. I don't know about the Suns. They have a chance, but it's not guaranteed. Like the Bucks, I can guarantee like they could possibly do that shit.
Edgar's right. It's an uphill battle for the Suns, man. You got to think Anthony Davis ain't play. We would have cooked Jamal Murray and them. We would have cooked Jamal Murray.
My nigga right here. That boy got some brain. That's how I know this nigga a Heat fan, bro. This nigga got some sense. I know this nigga a Heat fan, bro. Shout out to my nigga, man.
But no, I think the Bucks can definitely do it. The Suns, I don't think the Suns can do it though. And I hate to say that, but they're gonna make the playoffs next year. Finals, I don't think so.
Yeah. Y'all will be fine without Chris Paul. I think y'all would have made the playoffs and probably been a 6 or 7 seed this year without Chris Paul, but Chris Paul raised y'all to that 2nd seed.
If Cameron Payne plays how he did in the playoffs for most of the playoffs, when Chris Paul was out, it just sucks that Kelly Oubre had to be traded because I think Kelly Oubre would have been hellified. But I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you, bro. I totally agree with you.
Y'all can still get him back. He a free agent.
He is. He's an unrestricted free agent. But Mikal Bridges played good. Cameron Johnson played good. I don't know how the lineup would look if Oubre came back now. For real.
Cam Johnson had some good minutes, bro. He had some good minutes, so yeah, he ain't going nowhere. How I feel about the topic, both teams are not going back. I agree with my man fully. They're not going back anytime soon. The Bucks or the Suns are not going back anytime soon. I think the Bucks really just got lucky this season with a lot of injuries. I think there are still teams that are better than them. If we see a lot of injuries next year, I can see them getting back. But if everybody is healthy, that's a big ass if. But if everybody is healthy, I still don't think they are a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference. I think the Sixers would have beat them this year, and I think the Nets would have beat them this year. The Nets almost beat them with no Kyrie and no Harden.
Is this your way of saying that Giannis won't get a ring anymore in Milwaukee? Is this your way of saying he got to leave? Because that's what you're saying. That's basically what you're saying.
He just won a ring. He just won a ring, so nobody is going to say it. But I just don't see them getting back anytime soon, especially with young up-and-coming teams like the Hawks coming up. And y'all just going to keep getting older. So they have a good nucleus for right now, but I still don't put them at the top of the Eastern Conference. I think this is just a good year for the Bucks with all of the injuries. It just was. You know what I'm saying? They got the ring, though. They got the ring, though. So the Suns, the Suns is going to be a middle of the pack team, but that's good for them. You know what I'm saying? I think that's
okay. We're not doing that.
Whoa.
It's okay.
Y'all didn't have, this is what I had a problem with you with, Russ. I almost forgot. You almost let me slip my mind. Look, I had a problem with you because you gave up on the Suns damn near in the middle of the series.
I didn't give up on them.
No, because look, I'm gonna tell you why. And that's why I said you was tweeting like a hoe. Because I said, bro, you was tweeting like, man, the Bucks had the better team. I think I'll live with losing to the Bucks. I'm like, this nigga tweeting like a hoe. Y'all niggas was up 2-0.
Let's bring it back right now. I said, you know what? At the end of the day, if Giannis had 45 and like 12 that night, I said if the Suns end up losing to the Bucks, it's because the Bucks were a better team, and I can live with that. I didn't give up on my squad. I just said if it happened, which it did, yo, I'm
you were sounding shaky, Russ. I was like, my nigga Russ shaky. I like my nigga Russ sounded shaky, bro. I was like, he done gave up.
I see this play out too much, man.
That was one of those tweets that was like, let me go ahead and say this so I can backtrack.
and that's how it felt, my nigga, because you've been talking all this shit to this point, and I see him tweet that I'll live with it or whatever. I'm like, Russ, dog, it's 2-2 right now. Why you giving up?
Man. I knew it was going to happen. I've been talking cash shit the whole playoff. I knew it was going to catch up to me.
You're supposed to die on that hill. You supposed to die on that hill, bro. You supposed to die on that hill. Hey, I'm dying on my Chris Middleton hill. I'm dying on that hill.
I'm not mad at that.
He can die on that hill, my nigga. We ain't fucking with that shit.
Hey, Daryl spitting facts. That's 100% a fact.
Why do you think that? Like, why do you think this? Why do you think this?
Because look, Frank Kaminsky got there. Frank Kaminsky, he looked lost on defense. I mean, Sarge did too, but Sarge was scoring. Sarge was putting up numbers. He wasn't going to the paint and missing like Ayton was. Ayton, I don't know what the hell Ayton was doing last night.
5 fouls. I was pissed.
But but I don't think Sarge was giving y'all that good of minutes, was he?
He was. He was giving decent minutes. We got decent.
So you're just saying his minutes was better than Kaminsky, is what you're saying, and that would have made a difference.
Absolutely, and the rotations looked a little bit different too at that point, if that makes sense. So
okay. I see what you're saying with that.
But yeah, Jalen Smith was a waste of a draft pick. I hope he sees this too. You can't see a lot of pick and not play in the playoffs. Dog. What?
Next comment.
Hey, and I agree. Jalen Smith should have got minutes, bro. I was surprised, bro, because when y'all niggas was on Frank Kaminsky giving him real minutes, I was like, oh, these niggas in trouble. These niggas in trouble if y'all giving Frank minutes in the finals game. He showed his ass last night, though. You know what I'm saying? He had some good minutes for y'all last night.
Frank got some key buckets, some important buckets. Not key because we didn't win, but it wasn't a blowout.
Yeah. Man, shout out to Frank the Tank, man. What's some comments?
Frank's been the block Kaminsky.
All right, man. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic, man. I want to talk about the best block of all time because we seen Giannis's block. This was probably a week ago. How he had that block on Ayton on the alley-oop attempt. Yeah. So the whole conversation started of what was the best block of all time, or what was the clutchest block of all time. And I got some blocks pulled up right here. So after this, we will decide.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for Ayton. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
It's been amazing. He didn't have the dominant performance that we used to seeing, but he did it with the other things tonight, and that's what helped us win.
Well, I'm sure he would say that you were amazing. But
how hurt were you when you seen this? When you seen this?
Dude, I was tight. I threw my hat down.
Working against Butler, got downhill, couldn't punch it. Bam says, "Get it out of here."
Come on, bro. That's freak-like, dog. His hand was in the rim.
Oh, yeah, that's when his hand went like that.
That is a ridiculous defensive play.
That shit nuts.
Now, Jason Tatum is clearly by everybody else high above the rim.
He was.
Blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
When you see NBA Game 7, you're gonna see this block, my nigga. You look that shit up in the dictionary, you definitely gonna see this block. This shit is historic, my boy.
Picked off by Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block!
Crazy.
James out of nowhere, skies.
You put this on her twice, so that speaks for itself.
No, this was something I downloaded off Twitter. This was Twitter picking for me. So yeah, this is Twitter shit. And I got another one too. I still got this Tayshaun Prince one. I want to show him some love too.
The handle, Tinsley, Reggie Miller.
Look where he's at. Look where he's at. And he blocked that. I want y'all to look at it again. Look where he's at. Look where Tayshaun Prince is. Look where he is. He is all the way back there on the left. Look where
he got the angle on him. Though you watch football, he had the angle on him.
And it's blocked.
That nigga was a little minute away. And
it's
this was in the Eastern Conference Finals. At the end of
Reggie Miller just took his time.
And that's what it was. He really took his sweet ass time too.
Reggie Miller took his time and then walked to the layup. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
All right, man. So we got those 4 blocks, man. What y'all rocking with for best block of all time or the clutchest block of all time?
Braun. It got to be Braun.
It has to.
Are y'all doing that because of the circumstance and like the situation, or is it the actual block?
Both.
Yeah, what Edgar said. Situation.
Hold on. You sounded shaky right there, right? You sounded shaky though.
Huh? It was like 2 minutes left in game 7. Yeah, absolutely. I'm picking that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
It's
the band block, bro.
Let's get Bayless tell it. That was the most overrated block all time.
Who?
Yeah,
bro, he's talking about Braun block. He said Braun.
Braun block.
I'm like, it was the last 2 minutes in game 7. How much clutch can you get? Like,
yeah, I'm gonna rock out with that band block though. Like when you come down and just look at the block for block, I think he had the best block. This nigga hand was in the rim. I've never seen that before. Absolutely. The other blocks, I can see how those happen. Even the Giannis block was crazy as fuck because he wasn't even paying attention and he ended up blocking the oop. But like
the soft ass should have punched that dude.
What you want him to do? What you want him to do?
He got to do something, bro. He trying to lay the ball up. He said, "You know what? Let me stop. I'm mad."
Bro, you can't talk about Ayton like this, bro. He got y'all here, bro. He helped. He was a big help.
No, he didn't get us here.
He was a big help.
He was a big help.
Yeah, my fault.
You're talking crazy about Ayton right now, bro. You turn on your players after an L.
He's just mad as fuck right now.
I'm mad at Ayton.
I'm gonna let you get that off.
Ayton, oh my god, bro. Giannis put 27 on his hand last night in 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Next question, bro. I'm sorry.
That's crazy, bro. Because we had the conversation a couple weeks ago. Who was better, Bam or DeAndre Ayton? What would you say?
A couple weeks ago? Hell yeah!
I'm talking about Nas. Since you talking like
a couple weeks ago, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I probably would have said DeAndre Ayton. I would rather have Bam on my team, though.
Okay.
But he can't.
So right now,
yeah. I mean, I'm whatever. I got to rock with Ayton. I got to. I have no choice. I have to.
I said Ayton too. I said Ayton a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I don't know. He betraying us anyway, talking about Ayton. So, you know what I'm saying? He betrayed his own squads. I don't even make sense.
What?
Okay. It don't even make sense. But all right, let's move on to Team USA replacements, bro. So I think Bill had ended up going out with COVID symptoms, so he's out for the Olympics. And somebody else was out. Damn, who else was out, bro?
Kevin Love, somebody else.
Kevin Love, bum ass. Yes. He ended up leaving because he felt like he wasn't prepared enough. Don't even know why he was selected, but okay. but he said he opted out of the Olympics as well. So we picked up JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson, who was already on the select team, and he also was on the national team for a couple of weeks now. Do y'all think that was the right decision to make?
The Keldon Johnson one kind of confused me at first.
Yeah.
But when I watched him play Spain in that third quarter, he cooked. He cooked for real, but I'm still confused by the picks on that. I think they needed a point guard, but I let them rock with Keldon Johnson and JaVale McGee. So
you like the JaVale one? So you rocking with JaVale?
No, not at all. But I mean, hey, I'm cool with it.
I'm about to say I like JaVale McGee, but I didn't understand that. I really didn't understand it.
I understand it from like a shot blocking perspective, but it was so many younger like a Miles. You could have got Miles Turner, but JaVale McGee just felt so out of left field, bro.
Shame.
It was like that. That shit was crazy as fuck. And I agree with Russ that they needed a point guard. You had Trae Young out there. You had Ja Morant. So you just stick with Keldon Johnson. I felt like Pop had way too much say in the decision because he plays for the Spurs. Obviously, Pop want to give him that experience, but you needed a point guard, dog. You got too much scoring, and it just didn't look right.
You seen Trae share that Isaiah Thomas post?
Yeah,
about
he was hot. He was
hot about that shit, bro.
Because look, bro, if I'm Trae, I look up and I see a tweet that says JaVale McGee and that damn Keldon Johnson got in over me. How disrespected do I feel about that shit, my nigga? I feel hella disrespected. 100%. Disrespected as fuck. Yeah. And I think that's how key going to hurt them. Like in 2024, when Trae is like solidified as an all-star, I think that's going to hurt them because is he going to want to play for the but the Olympic team again, or play for them once, or play for them?
Yeah,
period.
I feel like he will.
In 2024, after you just dissed him like that.
Yeah. It's the Olympics, bro. He gonna do the shit, bro. To add to his resume, he gonna do the shit.
Absolutely.
Trey will go crazy in a European play style. Trey will go crazy anywhere, bro. So I completely agree. Trey go crazy anywhere, bro. I'm just mad Popovich don't see that shit, bro. Do you think this is Pop hating on his game? Because Trey has a lot of haters. Do you think that Pop is one of those?
Yeah, I absolutely do. Think about the people who like the point guards who have played for Greg Popovich. They not
nothing like that nigga.
Trey Young.
Nothing like that nigga.
They not cooking like that.
Yeah, so, I completely agree.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm buying he's a hater on this one.
Yeah. And that nigga had point guards like Patty Mills, but Patty Mills was cooking USA in that damn exhibition game. So I don't know. He probably does have niggas like Trae Young on his squad, but he really sheltered them niggas for sure. They said USA coming back with a winner participation trophy. They missing Coach K. Oh yeah, let me ask you while you on here, bro. Do you think USA is winning gold?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do think they can win gold. It's gonna be an uphill.
You sound shaky.
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, I don't think the Nigeria thing is going to happen again, but I mean, I don't know. USA getting gold. I think so.
Okay. You sound shaky. Egg, you still feel the same way?
They have a chance.
They have a chance. You're going backwards.
No, they have a chance. Because remember, I said the biggest threat to them could be Nigeria, but I don't know if that'll happen again.
Oh, you saying Nigeria has a chance?
Yeah, they have a chance.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, USA they're gonna be the favorite until it just doesn't happen. So
definitely feel it. And let's move on to Dame time up in Portland. So we heard a lot of rumors over this past weekend that Dame could be wanting out of Portland. He ended up saying that he's gonna be in Portland next year, or that is the plan. Do you think Dame should get out of Portland, bro? Because he said he wants to see what moves the front office makes, but I don't think they can make any moves to be a championship contender next year. Should he want out, and where should he go?
Absolutely, he should 100% want out of Portland. You know what's so crazy? I had a coworker from Portland. He tried to convince me that CJ McCollum was a better basketball player than Damian Lillard, a more consistent basketball player than Damian Lillard, and I thought he was high on crack. Dame got to get up out of Portland, man. He got to get out of Portland. I don't know. I want to see Dame somewhere like, I can't remember the list.
Don't say LA, bro. Don't say
LA.
I
would say Boston. I wouldn't mind seeing Dame in Boston with Tatum. I wouldn't mind that at all.
I like that.
So, yeah.
I feel Dame should leave Portland. I just don't think he will. I don't feel like he'll force a trade. If they trade Dame, it's going to be he's sleeping and he wakes up to a tweet just like the rest of us. I don't feel like it'll be a situation where he goes to the front office and says, I want to get traded. So I think he'll leave it completely up to them. I've been saying for like the past 2-3 weeks now that I think Dallas will be a good move, teaming him up with Luka. I feel like that'll just be a great backcourt to have because Dame could play great off the ball. You could still have Luka running the show, and then if you got Dame coming off pick and rolls, not spot up shooting, but run and shoot with a lot of situations, I feel like that could work.
And Russ, I want to go back to your CJ McCollum point where you said your coworker has talked to you about that, because a lot of people were saying that when CJ was carrying them to the Western Conference Finals that one year, and CJ was like cooking the Nuggets, and I think he was cooking the Warriors as well. A lot of people were saying like McCollum was better than Lillard, but he was really just clutcher to him in that situation. But a lot of people were saying that.
I'm not surprised. He's
not better than Dame, not at all.
NBA better than Dame right now that I can say. So
few guards. Isn't only one guard better than Dame right now?
I'm trying to think what Dame brings to like the Trailblazers, like what he does for the Trailblazers. You might be right. He might be number one.
Dominique Frazier, this is my nigga, right? This nigga got some sense. Yes. Bring that nigga Dame to Miami with Jimmy, bro.
Hey, Miami will work too, though. Miami would definitely work. Him, Bam, Jimmy.
But that's the thing with Miami. I don't think they have enough assets to get somebody like Damian Lillard, because who does the Portland want? They want Tyler Hero? Like, you just was talking shit about that nigga. That nigga shouldn't be your gem of a trade at the fuck all. So I'm like, who are you trading?
Gem of a trade. They don't want to trade. Yeah. You saw the memes.
You'll have to trade. It would be Tyler Hero. Oh shit! You got to trade at least, bro. You got to trade at least 2 to 3 players plus like 2 picks. that's what you're gonna have to trade.
But when somebody like
you're gonna have to give up your depth plus your future a little bit to get Dame.
So you saying Robinson the hero, maybe?
Robinson, hero, 2 first round picks, and yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I agree with the 2 first rounders.
That's not enough.
That's not enough.
That's not enough for Damian Lillard.
I understand, but shit.
Especially when Philly has that package where they can give you somebody like Ben, you can get Tyrese Maxey. Like, bruh, I'm going to Philly, or I can go to Boston where they could possibly give me Jaylen Brown for Damian Lillard. I feel like those two are more
Marcus Smart too,
and maybe Marcus Smart. I feel like those are more possible destinations than Miami. Do I like that? Obviously, I like it as a Miami fan, but I don't think they have enough unless you're gonna put Bam in a package, which they should not do.
No,
so it's like, yeah. So it's like I don't think Miami is it, but I think Philly and Boston are the 2 landing spots that I really see for Damian Lillard, bro. And Philly look nice because if he get with Philly, they're winning the chip next year. Yes, no.
Who on that squad?
Yes, no. I would say they trade Maxey and they would say Ben Simmons and probably 2 first round picks.
They wouldn't win.
No,
because you still got Thibault. You still got Thibault.
I don't think so. I don't think that's enough.
That's not enough. Seth Curry, none of that with Damian Lillard.
I have the Nets. Crazy. The Nets fully healthy. Nobody's stopping these niggas. The Nets fully healthy. I'm not putting nobody above them.
But we seen what can happen this year. You know what I'm saying?
And then the Bucks just won the chip, so I gotta have them top 2 just because they reigning champs. Them niggas. So
that's why I put that. I'm not respecting them. All right. I'm just playing, bro. I respect Giannis though. I became a fan of Giannis this playoffs, bro. I don't know what it was. I hated that nigga for so long, but I really fuck with that nigga now, bro. That shit crazy, bro. Definitely crazy. But let me see what
he just had to prove himself to me, and he definitely did that. He finally shut me up and everything.
There's gonna be a multi-team trade.
Yeah, it will have to be multi-team. I agree with that. Yeah. It said take Marcus Smart, take him now.
I like Marcus Smart.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people in Boston that do not want to trade Marcus Smart for like anybody. Like they think this nigga is like invaluable. So I don't even know how Boston fans feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Tim Thorpe would know though. He a huge Celtics fan. So
he a Celtics fan? So all right, Tim Thorpe, who would y'all have to trade to get Damian Lillard and be realistic? Because I don't think the gym can be Marcus Smart. So I feel like Jaylen Brown possibly
it has to be. I think it has to be Jaylen Brown.
It has to be Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and like 3 picks. It would have to be some shit like that.
Yeah. Boston is going to be reluctant, bro.
Dame ain't going for, like Edgar said, Dame ain't going for less than 2 first round picks.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be at least
and some talent too. You got to have some all-stars in return.
It has to be at least 2 first round picks, nothing less than 2.
Okay, no, absolutely. You're right. Edgar, right. Edgar been spot on all these right now. I agree.
I'm telling
you. Only thing we disagree on is Beyonce, but that's not important.
It's actually very.
I'll never,
because you said Adele was better than Beyonce, and I'll never get over it.
It wasn't even the fact that you said that. It was the fact that you couldn't support your argument when you said it.
We're not talking about that, bro. We talking about.
I swear to God, we not. we moving on. We moving on. All right, man. Let's move on to Texas and OU. You into college basketball football, Russ?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they are talking about Texas and Oklahoma trying to go to the SEC after the 4-year gap is up with the college football playoff or something like that. So they're saying that Missouri would end up leaving the Big 12 or leaving the SEC, and Oklahoma and Texas would end up going into the SEC, and it would be like a super fucking conference going down in the SEC. How do you feel about that?
They gonna be Vanderbilt. Texas and OU gonna be Vanderbilt. You gotta think of them teams that recruit in the SEC already. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, like Auburn. All them teams, like bro, Kirby Smart, Nick Saban. Them boys, they gonna get their players. Dan Mullen. Them boys down south want to play for them names. They don't want to play for. I guess Steve Sarkisian might have some pull at Texas.
Oh, he at Texas now? Dang.
Yeah. But OU, I mean, Lincoln Riley, they don't want to play for that man. No, they gonna go to SEC be trash.
You don't think niggas fought with Lincoln Riley?
No, I don't think so.
Wow. I did. Lincoln Riley should have been in the league by now.
I disagree, bro. I feel like both teams, they're not going to be on no Vanderbilt level. Do I see them competing with the Bamas and the LSUs? Right? Well, LSU, I think, finna tank. They're not finna tank, but they ain't finna be shit this year, really. But Alabama and Florida and Auburn, at least those three teams, I don't see them in that level within the first 2 years of joining the SEC. But Oklahoma still has a big name in college football, period, no matter what conference they're going to be in. And I feel like Lincoln Riley, he's able to adjust to whatever system like he's playing against, to where he could still have a competitive edge to a certain extent. So I feel like they can definitely land some more big names, especially with the NIL and everything now. It's not like you have to go to the school that's offering the most money. You can go wherever the hell and still get a big contract with Nike or fucking Beats or some shit. So you might get niggas that...
Hey, I was just about to click that bitch too.
Don't click that. But yeah.
We're
I didn't think about that.
We're not paying attention to that shit.
Texas, dog. Yeah, I think Jimbo Fisher probably got Texas on lock if they go to the SEC. So I don't know, man. I feel what you're saying, though. I feel you.
They're definitely gonna be middle of the pack or more.
I think Texas is the one that will have to stay in the Big 12 because I don't think they can compete right away. And then it's like, what was the point of you changing conferences if you were just gonna be middle of the pack? I feel like if you want to go to a bigger conference, you would want to compete with the higher level teams, not just be a middle of the pack team who's not going to be relevant. I think Oklahoma is a team I would rather see go play with the big boys because we always question how tough Oklahoma is. But I think if they get in the SEC, they get better recruits because of that. Because now you're playing against the best every weekend, and more recruits will like to go to Oklahoma. They got the resources. They play with Lincoln Riley. I think a lot more talent will go to Oklahoma after that. But Texas, I think they will have to stay in the Big 12.
Because look how they turned out when Jalen Hurts went there. Former SEC player goes to the Big 12.
But they got clapped in the football playoff though.
They did, but I'm saying,
that's what I'm saying. Can they really compete?
If you add more big names that would have went to other schools in the SEC, let's say instead of going to LSU, LSU is in a rebuild now. You may not if you're coming out of high school, you may not be thinking in your mind DBU instantly with LSU right now because they're trying to make sure they rebuild a dynasty team back. You might go to Oklahoma instead of LSU right off the bat, at least within the first 2 years, until they rebuild back to what they were. So I feel Oklahoma, if they get 2 to 3 big SEC talent-like players, I feel like they could definitely survive in the SEC. Texas, they can't even run their own conference. Really,
they underperform in the Big 12. They underperform.
Yeah, so I would have to give Oklahoma the chance just because they run their conference at least.
I agree, man. Edgar been killing it. I think Oklahoma, if they
nigga. I'll just fuck around. I'll just fuck with you.
If Oklahoma would have played the SEC like Edgar said, and they could have snagged some big recruits, they probably could have caught like Bryce Young or somebody instead of him going to Alabama. So maybe. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right, it opens up recruiting points for them. It'll mix up the talent and hopefully spread it out where it's not just Auburn and Alabama every year. That's true. True. But I feel like Oklahoma gets enough talent, but I feel like they don't recruit well enough on the defensive side of the ball because they're so offensive minded. So maybe going to the SEC will improve that because you have to come with it every weekend. Maybe that changes something in their mentality. But yeah. But I did read that it's going to be complicated for them to get out of the Big 12 because obviously Oklahoma is the biggest name in the Big 12. So the Big 12 don't want to lose them for nothing. So it's going to be hard to end up leaving for the SEC. But they say after this 4-year window is up, it's a possibility that they could go to the SEC. It's just being talked about at this moment. So yeah, definitely look out for that.
I'm not mad at that.
End of the day, money drives decisions, bigger name, matchups seeking more rules on TV, bigger names coming to their schools. That's true. Oklahoma, bro, I can see a lot of positives for their franchise.
Oklahoma joining, yeah. I agree.
All right, man, let's move on to 2 Wild Wednesday. Edgar, what you got?
All right, first poll. Giannis will have a better career resume than KD. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild.
I agree. Not too wild.
And this is the conversation I wanted to have because I don't think having a better resume makes you a better player. Do we all agree to that? Do we agree to that? that KD is still higher than Giannis. But I do think Giannis will have the better resume though, because he has everything. Because somebody I compared it to was Kawhi. When you look at Kawhi's resume, Kawhi has almost a better resume than KD right now, and they're the same age. But you wouldn't say Kawhi is a better player than KD. So KD is still a better player than those two. But when you just look at resumes, those two resumes compared to KD, bro, and they didn't play on a crazy ass super team like my boy did.
That's why I say the eye test matters a lot of times. Yeah, we look at the accolades. Yeah, we count the stats and everything, but the eye test will always matter. So talent-wise, KD is still the better player, but resume-wise, you can give Giannis the nod and be like, hey, he had a way better career.
So who would be better all time, though? Because we talked about it before that KD is like on the edge of being top 10 all time, or he's in that conversation. Does Giannis... Is he going to be there by the end of his career?
Giannis can be. I think so.
He can be.
Because where would you put him right now? Just not even think about the players, but where would you have him ranked in your all-time list? Where? Just think
Giannis or KD?
Giannis.
Probably in the 30s, maybe.
Probably in the 30s.
Top 20.
Even after
25.
the ring? Even after the ring.
Top 25.
Yeah. After the ring, probably in the 30s somewhere. Maybe in the 20. I don't know.
Okay, so he still got some work to do to get up to KD level then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And not too wild is winning that poll 62%. And since I
got another question on this. Yeah. So I wanted to bring up, do you think, because we talked about the resume, how he has a better resume than KD. Do you think it's the way he came into the league, why we don't look at him in more of a favorable light and why he isn't higher on that list? Because like we talked about, he has everything. The way he came into the league, we didn't expect him to be much like a KD. KD, we expected him to be great. We expected him to be a great scorer. With Giannis, we didn't expect that he became that. So do you think that has something to do with why Giannis is so below KD at this moment? With how they both came into?
I get what you're saying. I mean, yeah, KD, it was him 1 or 2. They had billboards. Who's going 1 or 2? Yeah. KD or Greg Oden. So no, I feel you. And I just remember watching KD in college, like just at Texas cooking. So maybe that's why we hold him in such a higher standard than we do Giannis right now.
Yeah, the narrative definitely matters. But I feel it's like an underdog story with Giannis. So you can't never really turn down an underdog story because it exceeds all expectations. And we had no true expectations with Giannis. Once he got bigger and more muscular and was able to really fill out the frame of his body, we expected some great level of play. But with KD, it was like you said, like coming straight out of college, yeah, you're going to be like one of the greatest scorers ever, damn near, the way you're playing at your size. But Giannis grew into what he is now. So underdog versus we expecting this shit already, it'll always be a teeter-totter narrative.
Comment is Giannis has too many holes in his game. In a normal postseason without all the injuries, you still need to build a wall. I agree.
I'm so tired of hearing about injuries in the playoffs,
bro. 10 all-star injuries, bro. Hey, I want to ask y'all, since y'all all here, is this an asterisk season? Does this season have an asterisk by it? Because we had 10 all-star injuries. Think about that. We had Harden. Harden was hurt. Kyrie was hurt. Who else was hurt? Kawhi was hurt. All of these injuries. Do you think it's an asterisk by the season? I just want somebody else's opinion.
I still think Kawhi lying about his injury, but
he's trying to get out of that. He's trying to get out of that.
I just think he lying about it. Bro, it's his. I mean, if you read Kawhi's story, man, like how his dad died and how his uncle like handles his affairs, like how he got out of San Antonio. I don't know. I'm always skeptical when he say he hurt. Because I didn't think he was hurt in San Antonio for real. But
I felt like he was healthy most of that time, but he just didn't want to play for them niggas no more.
Exactly. So I'm always on the fence about it. For real.
He's trying to go to Miami, and I feel him. You know what I'm saying? Miami a better spot for him.
Yeah. Speaking into existence, bro.
Yeah. It's bigger than basketball, bro. It's bigger than basketball.
He's trying to manifest it right now. I ain't mad at that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And we already talked about the second poll of where we think he'll rank all time by the end of his career. Top 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 31 or below. 10 through 20, is winning that poll 44% right now.
I agree.
What's the second highest on that one?
Second highest was top 10 at 42%.
Okay.
Niggas think he can get up there, bro.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
That's tough. That's tough.
Definitely. Third poll, my bad. Who's the most to blame for the Suns' loss last night? CP3, Devin Booker, or DeAndre Ayton?
DeAndre Ayton. That's not even a question. He got cooked. He got absolutely cooked. And then he couldn't get a damn rebound last night. Pat Connaughton was getting rebounds. Giannis was getting rebounds. I was like, damn, man, you 7 feet tall. And Pat Connaughton out here playing like he on a 10-day contract. Salute to Pat Connaughton, man.
For sure. That's for sure, bro. I say last night, I would say, yeah, it was DeAndre. It was multiple people to blame, bro. A lot of people just didn't play up to their standards. But I don't think the Suns, they had a small margin of error, bro. Because I feel like they still played a solid game, but like, man, it just felt like Giannis was just on another level than anybody else. Absolutely. And it felt like that in the past 2 games as well, in game 5 or in game 4 and game 5. Like the Suns played good games and they still lost. And it felt like that last night. They still played good enough to win, but it just wasn't good enough. But you can blame DeAndre Ayton. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't catch the ball. Giannis was bullying that nigga. You can blame him, but you know what I'm saying? It was a lot.
My choice out of the 3 was Devin Booker. Like I said when we started the show, you're the best player on that team. No excuse why you're not demanding the ball every possession, damn near. So yeah. I know he was locked up, but it was the fact that I didn't even see an attempt of him to like try and bully for the ball.
Hey, Book, dead them Book Kobe comparisons. I love Book. Y'all got a dead them comparisons now.
Oh,
I wouldn't say dead it. It's just we
now you have to.
People started doing it too early.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying people started doing it too early. That's all.
I didn't think it was a good comparison from the jump because of the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, Book can do everything Kobe can do, but defensively is where Kobe separated himself. He was a defensive player of the year candidate, first team all defense, and Book just isn't on that level yet. He played solid defense in the playoffs, but that's where Kobe really separated himself. Skill-wise, offensively, he's up there with Kobe. We seen it in the finals. Like, bro, he was getting the bucket on whoever wanted it, even on Drew Holiday. But I think defensively, that's where he separates himself.
And DeAndre Ayton is winning that poll 46%.
And this is what I wanted to ask you guys: are the Bucks a super team?
No, absolutely not.
They have 3 All-Stars on their team.
So,
whoa! What are we defining as a super team then?
If you're the main one who don't like Chris Middleton, I don't count. I love Chris Middleton.
All the Bucks. I'm just asking y'all. I didn't say nothing.
No,
you coming at me? I didn't say nothing.
Nah, they're not a super team.
What do we define a super team as?
Like a stone ass definition. I don't have no definition. I'll tell my head.
3
like
All-Stars or more. Is that not a super team?
But it depends on the level of all. You know the level of All-Star.
I'm about to get on your ass, boy. Because you just said yesterday the Warriors from 2015 and 16 was a super team, and this was the same thing.
They were 73. What the fuck?
That's okay. If you said that's a super team, this is a super team. Those were 3 All-Stars, bro. 3 All-Stars, 3 All-Stars.
Not the same though. It's not the same thing.
That's not the same, bro.
It's not the same thing. And Chris Middleton should have been an All-Star over Trae Young and Devin Booker.
I definitely say that. I definitely agree with that.
I won't debate that.
But I'm just saying from definition of what a super team is in my mind, 3 All-Stars on the same team. I know we don't view them like that because we don't think of Drew Holiday as an All-Star, but he was an All-Star once before in his career. That's all I want to say.
That just doesn't give me it doesn't give me super team vibes. Like there's different levels of All-Stars. When you list All-Stars, you know who the upper echelon of the All-Stars are, and this Bucks team didn't scream that to me.
No, hell yeah.
So Draymond is an upper echelon.
Is
Draymond?
Wait.
And this is what I'll say about the Warriors. I don't think they had all of those All-Star talent. I think they were just ahead of the curve. Nobody was doing what they were doing, and that's why they went 73-9. That's why I think it was such a gap between them and the rest of the league. I don't think they were a super team because I don't think it was that crazy of a talent gap. But the system they were running was just different, and they were ahead of the curve. That's why I don't view that 2014-15 Warriors team as a super team. When it was Clay, Draymond, and Steph, that's not a super team to me. So when you said yesterday that the Warriors were a super team, that's why I'm like, so this Bucks team would be a super team in your mind.
I don't feel like it compares, bro. I just don't. The defensive presence of Draymond Green at that time, that 2014 through 2017, that Draymond Green, he was a different beast that I don't think Drew Holiday
was clamping people in the finals.
But look, Draymond won a DPOY.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it just wasn't the same.
What are we saying? Giannis was DPOY. What are we saying?
It's Giannis, not Drew Holiday.
And then Drew Holiday been first team all defense his entire career. So what y'all gonna say is y'all just gonna throw bullshit at me?
No,
y'all just gonna throw bullshit at me because y'all not making good statements about why they not a super team.
This just wasn't a super team to me, bro. It didn't give that feel at all.
Right.
Devin Booker was second in that poll. DeAndre Ayton was 46. Devin Booker was 36. Chris Paul was 18. Next one. The Cleveland Browns will be a top 3 team in the AFC. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild.
Not too wild.
I said not too wild.
In the AFC, too wild.
They got all that talent over there, bro.
The way they played the Chiefs in the playoffs, I'm like, yeah. And OBJ coming back healthy, Baker Mayfield done developed more. I'm like, yeah, these niggas might be top 3 in the AFC next year.
Look, I got the Chiefs, the Titans with the addition of Julio Jones, and look, I know I'm gonna get some flack for this, but yo, I had the Bills as my third team.
Yeah.
So those are my 3. And even in the AFC North, like I like what the Browns have been doing, but I like how the Ravens drafted with Rashad Bateman and Odafe
Wade.
Yeah. I like how they drafted this year, getting Lamar a little more help on the outside. But yeah, I can see the Browns. They in the mix for top 3, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I was saying not too wild. Saying not too wild doesn't mean that they will do it. Saying not too wild is just saying
he has a different definition. I don't look at it like that. If they're not a top 3 team in your mind, it's too wild.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
That's how you're supposed to think about it. He be making different definitions.
Man, not too wild means that it can happen. That don't necessarily mean it just will absolutely happen.
Yeah. But shout out to them, though. They got Anthony Schwartz and Greg Newsome with the Browns. I think the cornerback from Northwestern. I like that. I like that pick for them.
Not too wild is winning that poll 61%, by the way.
Oh shit! Well, damn, excuse me.
Next one. The NCAA will eventually put a cap on how much money student athletes can make from the new NIL rule. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild. You can't put a cap on it, bro. If you go backwards, niggas is gonna get hated. NCAA finna get hated even more.
I think
said too wild.
You know, it's crazy. I was on the fence. I said depends. Whatever page Buckers gets, then I'll go off that, because you know the big thing is disparity in sports is the women to men disparity in pay. So if you know Bryce Young, they said Bryce Young they hit a mill already. Mm-hmm. If Paige Bucker's only getting like 20,000, they gonna be like, oh hell no, shut it down.
For sure. So, Paige should be getting a mill. No, because there was some girls that already got paid. There are 2 twins that play basketball. I forgot what school they go to, but they already got a big contract from Boost Mobile. They getting in the millions.
Oh, okay.
Cavender twins. The Cavender twins.
Okay. I take that back then. Yeah, it's not too wild.
I say too wild. I feel like
too wild.
I feel like them putting the cap on. First off, it's not like the schools are giving these athletes money. It's
and that's what I'm saying. I was just about to say that the NCAA ain't giving them the money anyway. You can't take back money I'm getting from not you. Not for cap.
Well, not necessarily taking it, but just putting a cap and saying you're not allowed to make this X amount of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't feel like they'll do that though, because it's Nike giving them the money, not you. It's Beats giving them the money, not you. You know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? No cap, but they will find a way to get in there. I don't know if you can, because these other brands ain't finna just let you play with their money that they giving to somebody else. So
what the NCAA can do, they probably could put like some type of tax on it or something, so they can just find a way to get some money that way. So if you want to be a part of this NIL, whatever they doing partnership, you got to give us some type of cut from what you making, like 5% of what you're making, just to put some money in their pocket. The NCAA is greedy, bro, and that's what the mindset you have to have. How can they get in players' pockets? So I can see what he's saying with that. I won't be surprised.
Absolutely.
Some type of 5% or something.
if I'm AT&T and I got this college quarterback that I'm giving money to, I ain't finna let the NCAA be like, yeah, we gotta take some of that. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though.
Next one. This is our baseball one right here. The Tampa Bay Rays will win the AL East. Too wild, not too wild. Just had to throw a baseball one in there.
That's not too wild. I think they have the best odds right now and the third best odds to win the World Series per 538. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I like the Red Sox right now. I guess you can't count the Yankees out, even though they're like 7 games back. So it'll be interesting to see how the AL East shakes out.
I feel we could definitely win the AL East. As far as the whole AL, I don't know because the White Sox looking crazy right now, bro. So I feel the Rays, we have one of the top 5 best chances to win the World Series. I wouldn't say top 3 just yet. I got to know for a fact that we'll just definitely be better than the Red Sox. But we got the whole second half of the season left before the playoffs start. So I'm going with the Rays. I say not too wild.
Yeah, not too wild.
I'm a Rays fan, my niggas. Not too wild. I already know that. I don't know nobody on that team, but I'm gonna say Rays.
Hey, not too wild. As long as you know Kevin Kiermaier, you good. But that was 100% not too wild. So everybody.
What's the black dude name, bro? Black dude that hit that walk off, or did he have a steal in the World Series?
Oh,
number 19, I think his number is.
I know what you're talking about. I know
what's
his
last name.
I can't remember his last name. Ooh, I know what you're talking about,
bro.
Start with an A.
I think it does start with
an A, I believe.
He was in all the home runs.
Yeah,
he was in all the home runs. Yeah, damn, I forgot his name. That's the who name I need to remember.
This one was fun right here. What is the GOAT board game? Monopoly, Life, Chess, or other?
Oh, dog, Monopoly's so trash. You spend 3 hours.
It is. It's Monopoly trash as fuck, dog.
Monopoly is trash.
Checkers for sure.
I picked other, and I picked other for the poll, and I said Scrabble. And shout out to my brother George Holliman.
Scrabble is low key fire. I ain't mad at you for that. But
Scrabble
Monopoly trash. Y'all saying Monopoly is the best board.
I haven't played Monopoly since I was like in elementary school, bro.
Oh, I was not expecting y'all to say that. That's crazy.
I got life over that. I definitely got life over that.
What?
Sure. I don't have life over Monopoly.
I got life over Monopoly.
I hate life, bro. Oh my
I got life over Monopoly for sure.
I felt
bro.
like
that's the one where you
so
hit the shit in the middle. You hit the shit in the middle and it pop over. Yeah. I fuck with that. Yeah.
I hate that game. Monopoly,
has anyone,
bro. That's why.
Thank you, bro. Has anyone finished the game of Monopoly? Not nobody bang with that shit, man.
Man, Monopoly,
especially as the GOAT board game. Is Mancala a board game?
Ooh, I don't think so.
I would.
Mancala's a GOAT, bro.
I would count that as a board game. I would.
Too.
But Monopoly, bro, that's how I really learned how to count money for real. Because I got tired of niggas taking my money. So
you learned.
No, I'm
bro,
not mad
for real.
That.
Monopoly is up there for me. Monopoly winning 68%. But Mancala, that's
crazy,
that's a good
bro.
suggestion.
That's crazy. A lot of white people voting on that one.
I fuck with chess too, though. I fuck with chess too.
Yeah,
chess for sure. Chess or checkers, yeah. That's what I picked. I picked the chess for sure. But if Mancala is a board game, I'm going Mancala.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Remember in summer camp, we used to play that shit every day in summer camp.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That shit used to be lit. That shit used to be lit.
Hey, when I put other, I was like, should I put Candyland as one of the main ones? Nah,
I'm not mad at Candyland.
Candyland is up there, my nigga.
It's definitely up there.
Hey, I used to make grown people mad as hell playing Candyland.
Candyland is up there, bro.
They'll think that shit is so easy. I'll be like, yep, go back 5 spaces.
Favorite card game. Favorite card game.
Spades.
No Tonk.
Spades and Tonk. They're my 2 favorites.
Yeah, easily.
And are we saying that because we're black, though? Are we saying that because we're black, or is that just an unbiased opinion?
I'm gonna shout out my white coworkers too. I like Cards Against Humanity too. Cards Against Humanity is fun. I like that.
Cards Against Humanity is fire. I played that in school.
You ever play Cards Against Humanity?
No.
Oh, no, it's fun.
That's fire. It's fire,
fun, man.
It's fire.
Hey, I just want to say this since we're talking about card games. Phase 10 is the stupidest card game I've ever played.
I played that before.
That game. That game is trash. It doesn't make sense. I don't like it. It's just I was on phase 2 the whole game. Huh?
Is Uno not involved in this? Uno should definitely be in the discussion.
I like Uno too. Uno is dope.
Uno is a top 5 game, period. Like all time.
Easily.
Okay. So, but Spades is number 1 though.
Spades is my number 1 for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say Uno should definitely be up there.
Yeah. Spades probably my number 1 too.
If he was black, this definitely would have been Spades.
Yeah.
Shout out to Derek Millman. Shout out to my mans. Definitely need that white opinion.
Yeah, shout out Derek Millman. That's the homie.
Yes,
next one. I'll do the sports one before this last one. Which duo sounds more exciting, Dame and Tatum or Dame and Luka? We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Dame and Tatum.
Dame and Tatum.
I say Dame and Luka, but I ain't mad at Dame and Tatum.
Yeah. I get the Terry Rozier vibes from it, kind of, but the volume shooting.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by
that? The volume of shooting. You know, Rozier tried to shoot a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
They went to the conference finals, man. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how it's kind of like frame it in my mind, you know.
Oh, you saying if it's Dame and if you saying if it's Dame and Tatum, it's gonna be like Rozier and Tatum. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, but obviously Dame is a huge upgrade from Rozier, Kimba, and all that.
You're talking about the actual shot attempts, the way niggas just gonna be jacking those shots, basically.
And getting buckets. Yeah, Dame gonna get buckets. Rozier's inconsistent.
I don't like the way you put that into the conversation. I'm like, Rozier. How did he even get in this conversation right here?
I'm sorry. I found it better in my head.
Dame and Luka is winning that poll though, 56%.
Oh, okay.
And
that's interesting.
And last one, would rap music be as popular as it is today if the crack epidemic never happened?
No. A lot of my coworkers have Biggie Smalls in their top 5, and they top 5 Biggie Smalls songs is 10 Crack Commandments. Jay-Z was rapping about pitching crack, man. I don't think it would be. It sounds crazy, but
and we still talking about crack in all of these songs right now. Too.
Exactly.
Shout out to Freddie Gibbs.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
Yes, cocaine and crack, nigga. That's all we talking about.
The fact that 75% is I had of course and hell no as the answers, and of course is winning 75%. I don't see how. Like the way niggas was rapping before we started rapping about drugs and all that extra shit, rap was not finna take off like that.
It was nursery rhyme rap. It was
it was a lot of nursery rhyme shit.
It was nursery rhyme rap. We wasn't gonna get this.
Take away NWA and the whole gangster rap revolution. Like rap was not going to take off the way it did.
We don't want to hear Grandmaster Flash and all that. Absolutely not. Shout out to them though. Shout out to them.
Oh, for sure.
I put on my shoes today and went outside. We don't want to hear that kind of rap.
No, absolutely
not.
That's
for sure. That's facts.
And that's it for the polls.
All right, man, let's move on to social media wants to know. First question is, if somebody who had $1 billion gave you 10 million, how much are you giving away?
Half.
Ooh, you better than me. You better than me.
Look, listen.
You giving away.
I would give my mama $1 million, give my daddy $1 million, give my brother $1 million. I'll probably donate $1 million to science. And then I try to feed the homeless and do something noble like that.
He said you'll lose the message for grandma.
But are you being dead ass? Or are you just trying to be a stand-up guy right now? Yo, man, it's on camera, so guess what? I'm gonna tell the truth just in case it get out. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Damn.
I give out of 10 mil, I'll give away 2. Cause when I think of giveaway, I don't think of like my family and shit, cause I feel like that's still involving me to a certain extent. When I think of giveaway, I think of giving to like causes and all that shit. So I give 2 million out of my 10 million. I'll use 1 million to give back to my city, and then I'll use the other 1 million to give back to whatever organization.
I'm not mad at that.
Are these causes the reason I got the 10 million, or they're just causes?
Just causes. It could be either or. It don't matter.
You wouldn't even know I had 10 million if I was to be given 10 million. So I would be ducked off. I would do what Derek Millman said and invest my money, but I would be ducked off. I'm not giving away any money, bro.
The other 8 million, part of the other 8 million that I have still. Like,
I'm surprised y'all giving away money if we being real. Like, bro, Giving away money just to cause? That's
right on.
Nah, nigga. If them niggas didn't help me get this 10 mil, them niggas ain't getting the meal. Nah.
First off, that's tax write-offs. Second off, God gonna bless you if you bless others. Them the two biggest reasons I got. The two biggest reasons.
Here throwing God into this shit. That's why I hate niggas.
If somebody give you 10 mil, God gonna look at you like, now you know you're gonna have to give a portion of that to somebody else, just to be good-hearted. Like, ain't no way I'm gonna just have 10 mil and just not give anything to people who need it. Like, if God bless you, you gotta bless others.
Your family gonna need it, but you said we're not counting family.
I'm talking about as far as like loan, like the other 8 mil, I'm gonna use some of that to help, my family and shit. But the 2 mil that I'm giving away, that's to other shit. That's to other people and communities and all that shit. I don't count that as money I'm giving away.
I ain't mad at it.
I don't count.
I don't think so.
I don't count giving money to my mom as money I'm giving away. You my mom.
Oh, no, for sure. That's why I said. I don't know if I'm getting any money away. I think I'm gonna just be cool on this island. Cause you saying God gonna bless you. Like God already blessed you with the 10. So why do you have to bless others when you're already blessed with the 10? This doesn't have to be reciprocated anymore. You have the 10 already.
He might bless me in a way that don't even got shit to do with money. He might bless me with more health or some shit. You don't know.
This nigga throwing extra shit here. This nigga throwing shit I ain't even think about in this motherfucker, dog. Nigga throwing health and religion. Oh Lord.
His granny gonna watch the episode and be like,
I swear to God, this is a stand-up nigga right here, boy. Oh, stand-up nigga. All right, man. But he said to give more blessings. I guess, man. Y'all better than me. But let's move on. Let's move on to what is the best Pop-Tart flavor? This was the conversation going on in the TL for the past few days, bro. What is the best Pop-Tart flavor?
Wild berry. It's not close.
Okay, look, listen. If you haven't had the peanut butter Pop-Tart flavor, it's that. But if you have like the original bunch, look, it's the double chocolate one.
Why do people keep saying chocolate? Chocolate was ass.
It's the double chocolate.
S'mores?
No, that shit was fire, dog.
He just said peanut butter Pop-Tarts. Are you trying to choke?
Who said that?
Oh, I did. No, bro, look, the Pop-Tart is soft. It's like real soft. It's like the Chips Ahoy chewy soft. It's hella good. Brown sugar was trash, Jordan. I just saw that at the bottom.
Oh yeah, brown sugar was trash. Anybody that's saying brown sugar,
somebody had said s'mores yesterday, and I almost but.
No,
bro. Somebody said s'mores yesterday, dog.
So, no. S'mores is top 5. S'mores top 5, but it's
not even top 5 for me, bro.
What?
S'mores wild berry is good. I would have to say blueberry or strawberry. Definitely my favorite too, though.
Blueberry is definitely the best flavor.
Yeah. Blueberry and strawberry were definitely the best too, y'all.
Blueberry up there too. Blueberry up there.
Blueberry and strawberry were the best too, bro. Anything chocolate that was in a Pop-Tart, I couldn't bang, bro.
He's wilding in the
What is it? Yo, I feel that, man. That nigga be thinking about Cherokee D ass. I feel it. And I feel that nigga.
That was out the box.
Yeah. Thick black woman. Crazy. That nigga definitely likes the s'mores one. All right, man. Any other flavors? Are y'all good, man? So which ones y'all picked as the best?
Wild berry.
The fudge, the double chocolate one. Double chocolate was mine.
Bro, that's crazy. I'm gonna just say blueberry, but that's crazy, bro.
Blueberry is trash. Wild berry.
Blueberry and strawberry were trash?
Absolutely. You should have said cherry if you was gonna say that.
I don't fuck with strawberry.
Cherry up there too.
The strawberry one is overrated.
Absolutely. Wild berry was good though. Wild berry was my second.
Wild berry was good. Wild berry was definitely good.
The design was cool too. The purple and the blue. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the design, the taste.
Yeah, that shit was here. That shit was here. All right, man. Let's move on to entertainment and current events. What we're gonna start off with is let's start off with the crack epidemic. Was it worse than slavery? Let me play the clip.
Please do. Play the clip. Shit.
That crack cocaine. I personally believe. That crack cocaine did more damage to black people than slavery. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why. Because what took 400 years to do, crack did in 10. let's say 84 to 94, in 10 years, the damage that crack cocaine caused to the black community or just black people in general, all across America, was you can never bounce back from.
Is the crack era over?
Yes, the era is over, but crack is, you know what I mean? That's why I personally believe that baking soda is the worst thing that ever happened to niggas, man. Because cocaine been around forever. Niggas been doing coke, niggas been doing drugs, but when they hit it with that Arm & Hammer, it turned into something that destroyed a community, bro. What is in that shit? You can clean your teeth with it, get corrosion off your car, put it in your refrigerator, nigga.
Make cookies.
But when you hit it with when you mix it with some cocaine,
and a little cold water.
And some cold water and well, man,
put a fork in it and you scrape that.
And boy,
yeah.
I'm talking about for real.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My personal opinion, I think that. Some people disagree, some people agree, but I personally believe that that's the case. Because during that time of you know, the oppression, which is still going on now, we had a commonality of knowing we are being oppressed. Because when they dropped that dope off, we was like, nigga, every man for himself. I got ounces and half ounces all day long. Nigga didn't give a fuck about what happened to you no more.
And this the crazy part about the apples. This the crazy thing about crack, bro. The longer you stay around,
I want to hear y'all.
The longer you stay around some crack, your probability of smoking it goes up 100%. Because 90% of the niggas who was selling crack ended up on the shit.
But I'm saying, but look at the young people. It's like if you grew up with somebody that was on crack.
Yeah, so that was the clip. So is the crack epidemic worse than slavery? What did y'all take? What did y'all take on that? That's a huge statement right there. Well, how do y'all feel about that?
No, absolutely not. My uncle, man, shout out to my uncle Ronnie. Rest in peace, my uncle Ronnie. He got hooked on crack, and I see what crack does to people, like how it breaks you down. And I mean, y'all probably seen Snowfall. Imagine Wanda times 10, like 10 times worse than that. Is how my uncle Ronnie was strung out and how like it broke him down. But you can't say crack epidemic is worse than slavery. I mean, people was raped, killed. My coworkers, I talked about this earlier. My coworkers are able to like trace like where their ancestors came from. My entire ethnic identity has been erased. I don't know if I'm from Nigeria, Cameroon, any of those spots. So I'm saying slavery is worse. But what Chico was saying, shout out to 85 South, I understand what he was saying. It sounded tone deaf to me, though.
Yeah. Because he even said it, like he said like 100 years of slavery, and then he was like the 10 to 15 years of crack is like you can't compare the two. And I also feel like one was optional. I feel like you had the option to smoke crack. If you did it, you did it. You know what I'm saying? When you get hooked on it, you hooked on it. But we were forced into the slavery shit for centuries. Like that's generations that had to go through that shit, bro. Right. It wasn't the same with crack. No matter how long it was and how damaging it was still optional.
I totally disagree with what Chico was saying. Granted, he made a lot of great points, but I do believe slavery is worse than the crack epidemic. He's not wrong with a lot of points that he's making, though, because it's just the fact that we were against ourselves at that point. And it was us against us, and it was the government and majority of white people against us during the crack epidemic time. Like, people didn't care. If I'm selling this rock on the corner, I don't care if you my dog and I just sold to your auntie. I don't care if you my dog and I just sold to your mama or your uncle or whatever. Like, I'm finna make this money. So we were destroying ourselves along with the oppression of white people during that 15-year period of time where crack was just taking over everything. So I totally understand where he's coming from. But the 400 plus years of slavery where, like Russ said, our land was pillaged. Our women were raped. Our men were raped. You know, we were sold off, separated from wives and kids and whatnot. You know, our ethnic background is just erased to where you are truly blessed if you're black and you really do know where you come from. It's not that many of us that truly know where we come from. So the 100 plus years of that is just, you can't compare that to anything else. Crack is top 3 though. The shit that really was detrimental to us, crack is a top 3 detriment to the black community.
Absolutely.
And I also feel like we wouldn't be here without the slavery movement. Like we needed that to get to the crack epidemic. Like our ancestors sacrificed lives and sacrificed getting beat on and getting raped to get to the point where we can see and have the option to smoke crack or do whatever we want, and they have the option to be free or be free. So I feel like just the option of the crack epidemic is what makes it risky to say, and I feel like tone deaf for Chico to say, but I understand where he was coming from with that point. But 400 years of slavery, you can't compare to 15 years, bro. Yeah, like bro said on there, It's just not apples to apples. It's not apples to apples.
Hey, I got to ask real quick. Do you think it was irresponsible for him to say that?
No,
not irresponsible. I think it brought up a good question. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
I feel that.
Like I said, okay. He's mostly gonna have people that disagree with him, but
yeah,
like I told y'all before we started the show, I showed it to my parents. Before they even watched the video, they was like, "What?" He said, "What?" Like he just wrong. I'm like, "Hold on, just hear him out." And once they heard him speak and heard his argument, they were like, "Okay, we still disagree, but we see where he's coming from." Because it wasn't really that crazy to say. Like you can still think he's dead wrong, but it's like, hey, he got a point with a lot of shit that with a lot of points that he making.
I agree with y'all 100%.
Yeah, I think you need to spark conversation on certain topics, and I feel like this was a conversation that needed to be had. And I feel like a lot of people had the same type of thought process as him, but just didn't want to say it because they felt like they were going to be tone deaf. So having somebody to take the risk and bring this up in conversation, I felt was good because it has you reflect on your history and also appreciate it at the same time from what y'all gone through to get to the point that we're in right now, where we're past the crack, we're past the slavery, and we're free to do a lot of shit. We're still oppressed, you know what I'm saying, just like we were back then, but it's a totally different America.
That's real. Absolutely.
Because the way they're trying to handle this opioid situation over the past few years now, this ain't shit like what happened to us with crack. Yeah, it's happening to white people now, so they're more alert. And I'm no disrespect to anybody dealing with those opioid problems, because Kanye West even said he had issues with that and whatnot. So people who are actually going through that shit, I apologize. I hope this doesn't sound rude or whatever, but it's not to the magnitude of what they systemically and government approved did to us with crack. Like crack literally funded wars when the shit was going on. Like I don't think any epidemic will come close to what they did to us with that shit.
Facts.
And that's why I appreciate Snowfall for that, because I feel like Snowfall really is shining a bright light on what was going on back then. And a lot of people didn't know it. It was rumors about it, but I feel like Snowfall putting it on the big screen is opening more eyes to what was going on back then. So that's a big deal, bro. Real big deal. All right, man. Let's move on to the Richard Sherman situation. Edgar, I think you have more information on this than I do.
So basically what happened, and we only seen one video so far. So if you've seen the video of Richard Sherman beating on his father-in-law's door out in Seattle,
I'll play a little bit of
it was about to say, play the clip real quick.
Come through, bitch.
Yeah, so that was basically the clip. He was trying to just continuously get into the house. And that was his father-in-law's house that he was trying to get into. His kids were in there. I guess they had some type of dispute that night. So she went over to their house. He was trying to get in. It was some type of situation like that, but you can continue.
Yeah, it was. I was just going to say everything that you said. I feel like before we say anything about Richard Sherman, I feel like we need more background, because he didn't hit anybody. Yeah, he scared whoever was in the house at that time trying to break in. But Richard Sherman has never had a situation like this. So
absolutely not.
I was just shocked when I seen this, and I was just shocked when I heard about it. I'm like, Richard Sherman ain't never did no shit like this. Yeah, he's hot tempered on the field at times and whatnot, but dude is pretty calm and reserved and intellectual when it comes to a lot of shit off the field. So that completely shocked me. But it was some beef that he had with his father-in-law in that situation, which made him go out there in this domestic case. I think the police were called before he even got out there, though, because of a situation that happened at the house.
And that's what I was going to bring up. It was a situation that happened before the house where he ended up almost like crashing, like head on into like a railing that was on like a windy road. He almost crashed, but he ended up parking like in some type of parking lot. And he was drunk, and that's why he was doing all this out of control driving. He ended up parking at the parking lot, and then he ended up, I guess, walking or finding a way to the father-in-law's house to end up seeing his kids. So it seemed like a bad night. He ended up posting something a day after this came out, saying that this was mental health. He's going through a lot of challenges right now. So I don't know the situation that he's personally going through, but it seems like a lot that he's trying to attack his father-in-law, the kids. I don't know if they were in danger or not, but it seems like a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a couple of coworkers, some friends from LA, the Compton area, and it sucks you see somebody like Richard Sherman go through this because, like Edgar said, he's super intellectual, does a lot for the Compton community. And the crazy thing is, you hear Compton and you have an image in your mind of what somebody from Compton is, and Richard Sherman completely goes against the grain of that. Stanford educated, whole nine, Dean's List, honor roll, the whole nine. I hope the issue gets resolved. I looked up the charges; they're like simple misdemeanors.
Yeah,
but
he got like 5 of them.
Yeah, total together, I think it's like he might possibly like do a year, but with his background, I know it's gonna be probation and some community service. So I'm praying for him, dog, for real, for real.
Yeah. Especially when people bring mental health into the situation, because I feel like when it comes to white people, they always throw mental health on the situation and they get off for what they were going through during that time. And when it's actually a situation in our community and we get that mental health thrown our way, I feel like people usually throw it to the side. I want this to actually be looked at and to Richard Sherman to actually get helped through this time in his life, through all the personal challenges. So we just don't push it to the side, man. So definitely pray for Richard Sherman. Pray for his family and everybody that was involved, man. It looked like a scary situation.
Oh, because absolutely.
If these are his first offenses, granted, there's 5 of them, but if you got 5 misdemeanors and this is your first situation and you didn't actually physically harm anybody, in at least in the video or what we've known through the information given to us, like I don't see him doing jail time. I could see him having to go to anger management classes. I could see him, possibly having to be on probation for whatever reason or stuff like that. But I don't think he should have to serve any jail time if he didn't actually put his hands on somebody. And we're assuming, I'm going to assume that the family, the father-in-law included, don't continue to keep these charges on him. Hopefully they resolve it on their own way and he's able to get the mental help he needs to where he doesn't have to face these charges in court.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Let's move on to MCU Blade. So it looks like Blade has hired a director for this film. I forgot who it was, but we already know that
Tom Tariq is the name.
Tom Tariq? Okay.
Bassam Tariq. He's an Indian dude.
Oh, Bassam. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Bassam Tariq. So do y'all think this will compare to the original Blade? We already know that Mahershala Ali will play Blade in this new film that is coming out. Can it top the original?
Absolutely. Mahershala Ali is a way better actor than Wesley Snipes. And I've seen what is it?
But can he be Blade? Can he really be Blade? Though he can be a good actor, but Blade is somebody, when you think of them, like it's a certain essence about them. Can he have that same type of essence?
Yeah, like great. You have to watch True Detective season 3 on HBO. Mahershala Ali was in that, and I thought he was dope to his Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. But yeah, man, absolutely, I think so. And I think the director they picked, he was in a movie I watched recently. Mowgli is the movie, and it was all right. It's about a British Pakistani rapper. It was weird, but it was cool, if that makes sense.
Because that's what when you said it, I always think of people like M. Night Shyamalan, somebody like along those lines. So that's why I was like, do I like that for a Blade? Are we really gonna get that grit that we usually get for like somebody like a Blade if we're gonna have somebody like him directing it? So I don't know. Hopefully he come with it though, because Blade is somebody that we hold in such high regard in the black community. So it's like you can't come slipping with Blade, bro. You can't come slipping with
absolutely that. Not. Were those old movies? Were those rated R or PG-13? Do you know?
It had to be rated R.
Okay,
it had to be.
I don't think has the MCU put out a rated R movie? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, so if they do keep it true to form and it's a rated R, they can't miss with Blade. And Mahershala Ali has a big enough name, so
he's gonna draw in the people for sure. Did you like any other Blade movies, or like what's your favorite Blade movie?
The first one when they had like Triple H in it for like Blade 3, I was kind of like, y'all doing too much now. But the first one was dope. I watched all of them. The first one was my favorite one.
That third one probably was my favorite though, because I like the Dracula theme and how he had to end up fighting with Dracula. I like that shit. A lot of people don't fuck with Dracula, but I fucked with that, how you had to fight against like the boss. The other one, he was just fighting vampires, but when he had to see the boss and the boss was killing his whole crew and shit like that, I fuck with that Blade, my nigga.
I'm not even mad at that. I feel you 100% on that.
Yes, sir. All right, man, let's move on to self-driving lifts. So they're supposed to be coming this year. Miami is partnering with Ford, and it's supposed to be coming this year. How do you feel about it, bro? Do you think you can trust something like that?
I'm not getting in a car that don't have a driver in it. Absolutely not. Yo, what? And I hear people get these Teslas and they fall asleep in the car and they let their car drive. Dog, I don't have that much faith in society, humanity, for a car to get me point A to point B without me driving it. I don't know.
But I did read that it was going to have people like actually in the front seat. I don't think they're going to be driving, but it's going to have somebody in the front seat. Just in case the shit goes crazy, it's going to be like, all right, you can get shit straight because you have a manual driver. So that's how they're going to end up doing it with Lyft.
Okay, I take that back. Then maybe I could do that. Maybe I could. Probably not, but maybe.
Because that's so easy. If you like a Lyft driver, my nigga, all you gotta do is really like just sit there, because you ain't gotta touch the car if it's self-driving, my nigga. You just
that's true.
You getting paid just for chilling, really. So that's a dope ass. That's dope.
Yeah, I didn't look at it like that though. So yeah, you right. Because
I was somebody who actually like did like Uber and shit like that, and that shit can get taxing, my nigga. Your ass be tired out there. Your ass hey, it be some long days in that Uber lifestyle, my nigga. So if I know I ain't really got to drive for, I can kick back, the seat laid back, nigga. I'm cooler. Man,
exactly. Have a little conversation. I ain't mad at that. You right?
Ain't mad at that at all, my nigga. All right, man. Let's move on to cardboard bed frames at the Olympics. So it seems. So you write the story about it, bro?
I did. I sure did,
bro. So when it first came out, the information was that these were made to prevent sex, because we know everything that's going on with China with the coronavirus. They really don't want like person on person like interaction. But I read something else that says that these weren't made for that, and that cardboard bed frames are stronger than metal and are stronger than wooden bed frames. So they're actually legit. They're not for just anti-sex.
I don't believe that at all. And then two, my biggest thing is like, bro, if people like want to have sex, like they don't have to do it on the bed. They can do it anywhere, literally anywhere. So no, man, Japan, y'all tripping, bro. Let these people have comfy beds. Let them get it on if they want to.
And that's what I was gonna say, because before I read that story, I was gonna read like them niggas can have sex anywhere in the room, my nigga. They ain't gotta have sex like on the bed. But then like no, because I seen a video. It was somebody like jumping on the bed, like obviously like jumping on the bed, and this shit wasn't breaking, it wasn't creaking, and no shit like that. So I'm like, oh, so this shit really strong. Like I don't know what they doing over there in Tokyo, but the shit look legit.
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of shit in Tokyo. Giant Gundam, whole nine. Who knows?
Because you know bamboo over there is crazy. You know that shit don't break for nothing. So it could be like some bamboo. You know what I'm saying? Cardboard. I don't know what them niggas doing over there in China. So
I gotta go ahead and peep and see if Amazon got a cardboard bed frame.
That shit could be for the low too. That could be the future, my nigga. You know China is like first to everything.
Yeah, no, you right. That's right.
All right, man. And last one is who is the streaming king at this point? So I read an article that said that Netflix is losing a lot of viewers because of all of these other streaming services. You got Hulu, you got HBO Max, you got Disney Plus. There's so many streaming services out there that Netflix is losing its steam. Who do you think will be the next streaming king?
It got to be HBO Max, man. HBO Max is just so dope. It's so dope. I get the movies. I can stay home. It's not like Disney where I got to pay $29.99 to see a movie. I can see Space Jam for free day one. Hell yeah, it got to be HBO Max. But I like Hulu too. Hulu is dope.
Hulu for sure. So do you think Netflix is really at the end, or is the demise being exaggerated right now?
No, they got to be bro. Netflix is trash now. I can't find nothing to watch on Netflix. Ain't nothing good on there no more. For real.
Yeah.
But I did read Netflix is trying to they're trying
video
to
games. I seen y'all talk about that last week.
Yep.
I seen you talk about that. But how are they going to do that though?
I assume the way Stadia and Google does it, you buy a controller and like you load it or something. They didn't go too far.
But it's going to be like an actual video. So they're going to have actual games on Netflix that you can buy, and then you can get like a Netflix controller.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like Stadia. I got Stadia, like Game Pass or like PSN, where you just plug in like the Game Pass and you stream the game. Like you download it and stream it. I assume so. They didn't go too much into it.
So when is this supposed to be coming out though?
It said fourth quarter 2021 is when they was gonna let it out. So this year, in the next 5 months.
Is this a desperate reach though? Is this a desperate reach for more attention, my nigga? Because that's what it's
a Hail Mary. It absolutely feels like a Hail Mary. It feels like they down bad right now.
Hey, them original series ain't hitting no more, my nigga. Nope. They ain't hitting no more.
Absolutely not.
Nigga said I'm going with Crunchyroll.
You don't watch animation. You don't even care.
I don't even know nothing about that, my boy. I don't know nothing about that. So that's what it come out on?
Funimation.
I know Crunchyroll.
Huh?
I feel like I've seen Crunchyroll before, though.
Crunchyroll's pretty popular. That's the anime one. Funimation has like the Dragon Ball Super and all that stuff on it.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all still ain't put me on to no other animes because I watched Yasuke, though, bro. I watched Yasuke, which was the Black Samurai one. I actually watched that
Netflix.
one.
That is dope.
Yeah, I watched that one. We had reviewed it.
Watch Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho? That's on Netflix too?
Nah, that's not on Netflix. You might have to Hulu that one if you have that.
I got Hulu.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch Yu Yu Hakusho.
Did you watch that? Did you watch that Ragnarok show?
No, I didn't watch that. Is it good?
I don't know. I've been hearing it's good, but I don't want to test it out. I got to be recommended to shows.
Daryl and them watched it, and Daryl and Kwame watched it, and they loved it. So,
you know what it's about?
Thor type shit, I assume. Ragnarok, Thor, I assume. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, so it's something about that. Okay.
Yeah.
That made more sense. All right, man. Let's move on. No, I actually got one more. It's this Tyler Perry one, bro. I had to show y'all niggas. I had to show y'all this shit, bro. So I got to share my screen. Hold on, bro. Because it's a whole thread that I'm about to go through right now about Tyler Perry. And it's the question is, should Tyler Perry hang it up? Because that shit getting out of hand at this point. So let me share my screen.
Oh, yeah. I got to see what show it is.
You can hear this, bro?
Yeah.
Let's just end this. No, please. No, let's end this. Please.
I'm just too much for you. Me, my two dads. Me being in touch with my feminine side. My lace underwear. Hell, even me liking my prostate tickle.
Nigga said, bro, what is this going on?
Yo, what?
I'm gonna play it again because I feel like a lot of y'all didn't hear what he said because it was low. So let me play it one more time.
Let's just end this.
No, please.
No, let's end this.
Please.
I'm just too much for you. Me, my two dads. Me being in touch with my feminine side.
Yo, what?
Hell, even me liking my prostate tickle.
Nigga said he liked his prostate tickle. Bro, so we're not done. Let me move on. So this one. This is the wildest one, though. This is the wildest one.
Your pants.
Yeah.
Bro, do you see what's going on, bro?
What?
Do you see what's going on at Tyler Perry Studios? This is what I mean.
What?
That's what I mean, bro. And we're not done. We're not done.
Cash. Cash is the baby's name.
No, abortion.
Abortion?
Abortion.
So disrespectful.
Fucking God. If you had this baby, I will make your life a living fucking hell.
No, I will make you and your wife.
Why is it always like this with Tyler Perry?
This nigga wildin'.
Yeah, go back to your corny wife.
Come the fuck down.
That's why you over here every night. Get out of here. I'm having this baby, nigga.
And this the last one, bro. This the last one. Damn, let me see if I can.
Wildin'.
Hey, and this the last one, bro. This shit was just too funny to me, bro. This shit was just too funny.
Yo. Yo, what?
Bro, what's going on at Tyler Perry Studios, dog? What's going on at Tyler Perry Studios, my nigga? We gotta question it. And that's why I said, is it time for my man to hang it up, bro?
Oh, yeah. If he doing all that, yo, Tyler Perry, yo, you had a good run, G. You a billionaire now.
Bruh,
he done. Hell, what? Bro, the dude said he liked his prostate tickled. I said, oh, I know you wildin'.
Hey, don't forget the lace underwear. My nigga said lace underwear.
Lace underwear. Yeah, I was like, yo, what?
Shit get
I
out
mean,
of
hey,
control,
it's 2021. If that's your thing, man, go ahead.
Bro.
Go ahead, bro.
The worst one was when my nigga smelled the other dude dick. How much is Tyler Perry paying y'all for to be doing shit like that over there, bro? That's wild.
Exactly. And that punch,
Bro.
my man hit a full 360. Yo, you was really in your bag to pull that off. I ain't even mad at you.
Oh, bro, you see that Boondocks episode, bro? When it was that Tyler Perry episode, and it was like Tyler Perry had his own coat and some shit like that.
Yeah,
and Granddad was in the coat. I feel like Tyler Perry really got that shit going on at Tyler Perry Studios, my nigga. Because you ain't just doing smelling other niggas' dicks for no reason, my nigga. Something is going on at Tyler Perry Studios that we don't know about.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that was. I sat there and I was like, looked at that. That last video with the abortion one. I was like, ain't no way in hell he finna put this out, bro. But it's out.
It's out. Bro, Tyler Perry, like bro said, can do whatever he wants, but he got the money. But that boy is a wild for sure.
Yeah, he was in his bag for real. Tyler Perry in a different bag now. He ain't making no more My Dear Christmas movies, bro.
Hell no. That shit is hilarious. All right, man. Let's move on to Pass the Ox, man. What you got for song of the week, my brother?
Oh man, I got two of them. Look, the first one, shout out to my boy. Hold on, I gotta pull up so I don't get the name of the mixtape wrong. Shout out to ESTG, Bigger Than Life or Death.
Whoa, you listen to ESTG?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I 5500 Degrees with Lil Baby and Doug, 42 Doug.
Yeah.
That's been in rotation. Just came out last night, but I done played like 12 times a day. And then Fast Car by Sid. My dad, I grew up listening to Prince because my dad's a real big Prince fan.
Yeah.
And Fast Car by Sid, it's just, I don't know, man. She killed it. She was in her bag. The video is dope too. So
damn.
Yeah.
Sid. What else she came out with? That's
Sid, she in the internet, the group called the Internet Special.
Okay,
Affairs.
yeah. Okay, so I'm like, that name sounds so familiar, bro. Okay, but I've been listening to a lot of Golden Link, one of my favorite rappers, bro.
Okay.
So he just came out with something last month called shit was called something. Haram. That was the name of the album. Favorite song on there is 202. So 202 by him. And also I went back and listened to him. It is Zipporah, which is on All We Do Is Talk. That's that album. That's probably one of my favorite albums by Gold Link, bro. Or After That We Didn't Talk. That's what it's called.
I'm downloading both of these.
Beautiful album by Gold Link, my boy. It came out in like 2015, but that shit is timeless, my boy. So Zipporah on there.
Okay, yep. I got the whole album. It's so crazy. I shout out to my boy Vashti. Hates Gold Link. Sheck West and Gold Link had a beef a little bit.
I didn't know that.
Justina Sky used to date. Oh, my boy's back.
That well, internet went out.
You gotta fix this shit, bro.
It's all good. I'm glad my nigga was here with me today.
Exactly.
I'm glad my nigga was here.
Justine Skye and Goldlink used to date, or Justine Skye and Sheck West used to date, but I guess she said Sheck West had beat her up. So Goldlink did Justine's interlude, a live performance of it, and then Sheck West came through and I guess put them hands. Beat Goldlink up. Yeah.
So Goldlink was beating up Justina Skye.
No, Sheck West was beating up Justina Skye, and then Goldlink rapped about it.
Oh,
because him and Justina Skye are real close.
Yeah,
and I guess Sheck West heard that, and he tweeted a bunch of stuff, and he caught him somewhere in New York, and I guess they put the beats on that man. And I was like, damn.
So he beat both of them up, basically.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, I hate for you to say it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's crazy, bro. I fuck with Goldlink, bro. That's probably one of my favorite rappers, bro.
I like the Miguel song he got, the Got Friends or whatever.
Oh my god, bro. That shit had left Apple Music for some time. I don't know what happened to that shit. I couldn't click on it no more.
Oh, it's back now. I just had it playing today.
Oh, it's back? Okay, bet. Because it was gone for a minute. So, Edgar, what you got for song of the week?
City Girls by Chris Brown and Young Thug.
Okay.
City Girls. Oh, yeah, that album was fire. We were talking about that album before. That album was fire by C Breezy, my boy. But did we talk about Yeezy yet? Kanye West dropping his new album?
Nah.
No, we have not.
So are y'all excited about this? Do y'all care? How y'all feeling?
I'm ready for it.
Look, I don't call Kanye West the C word, a sellout. Every name in the book I don't call Kanye West, but I heard Donna was dropping. Guess what? The real is back, my boy. The real is back.
I'm interested to see how it's gonna sound now because he ain't with the Kardashians no more. Like he might have
with that churchy flow. Is he still rocking with the church flow?
The Sha'Carri Richardson commercial where they preview like the first sound bite of one of the songs. It sounded like he on that church flow on that song, but I don't know if that's gonna be the vibe of the whole album. It sounded fire though.
So Kanye, one of your favorite, Russ?
So look, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I growing up, Kanye couldn't do no wrong. I had the pink polo, I had the knockoff Louis Vuitton backpack, the whole nine. Yeah, I used to love Kanye.
Yeah,
but Kanye got on the news, start shucking and jiving. So I had to fall back for a little bit, but I think I love Kanye
for sure, bro. And I think that's it for this week, bro.
Wait, I gotta
movie and show review.
Were y'all able to secure tickets? Aren't y'all close to Atlanta? Can't y'all get tickets and go to Mercedes-Benz Superdome to watch him do the album party?
Oh yeah, we could, but
but y'all like
yeah, ain't like that for me, bro. I don't look at Ye like that, bro. I don't look at Ye like that.
Ye is an all-time great. He's one of the greatest. Like music wise, he's one of the greatest of his generation and of all time period. But I would never just go to a Kanye listening party.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I mean, if the album's coming out tomorrow too, I feel that.
And the reason, and honestly, he's the GOAT because of production as well. Like a lot of the sound that we're getting in this time period is because of Ye. Like some of the best songs we've ever heard that don't have Kanye anywhere, like singing or rapping or anything like that, he was producing. So man, we talking about artistry and producing, bro. He's one of the greatest, but he just ain't in my tops at all, bro. Especially this recent stretch he been having. Definitely had to fall.
I ain't mad at you. Playing.
All right, man. So what you been watching recently, Russ, man? What movies, man, would you suggest us to review, man?
What have I watched recently? Damn, I just started Handmaid's Tale. I had never seen that. That's not too bad. I've been watching Dave season 3.
Oh, Lil Dicky.
Yeah, Dave's been cool. Watching Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty been whatever this
Hey,
season.
I want to talk to you about that shit too, bro. You watched the episode from this week?
That's the one with the dude with outer space and the Transformers.
Yeah. The car was taking over. Or he had
I don't know, man. Just a bunch of stuff. I might watch this Tyler Perry show now though, because that shit was wild.
You wild. Hey, you missed that shit. You talking
about Sisters?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know what the show was called. It was a whole thread that we went through. I don't know what the show was called.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, you know what? I lied. I just started Power 2. Book 3 of Kanan. Yep, I just started.
Yeah,
How you felt about that? I gotta watch that. How you felt about episode 1?
I thought it was dope. I thought Book 2 with Tariq was cool too, but people was hating on it. So
I thought niggas fought with book 2.
Yo, man, my coworkers that look like me wasn't fucking with it, but it came down to Tariq and Franklin. So,
that's what the conversation was. Okay. So you watched the original Power then?
No, I watched the first 3 seasons and that was it.
Okay. Oh, that's all you need to watch. That's all you need to watch.
Because
you know how Kanan is and you know how Ghost is. Those are the best 3 seasons.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. But Edgar, bro, what we got coming up with movie and show reviews?
We just did Space Jam and we dropped that today. Make sure y'all go check out our Space Jam review. We got Spiral up. We got Black Widow up. We just finished Loki last week with the season finale. What else is coming out soon? We got some more stuff.
We got to do Fear Street Trilogy on
Fear Street
Netflix.
Trilogy. We got to do High on the Hog.
Yep. We've been saying that shit for months. I gotta watch High on the Hog.
We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a lot of stuff.
Yes, sir. And before we get out of here, Russ, where can they find you?
Hey, man, y'all can find me on Instagram at John Russy, JohnRussy. On Twitter, you can find me Drunk on Saturday. Me and my crew, the Make It Home Safe podcast, we had 900 some likes right now. We had a post go viral, which is dope.
Bro. That's what's up.
We go live on Fridays. The homies, Quincy and Edgar, were on the episode Saints, Simps, and MVPs. Still my favorite episode I've recorded to this day. And we
That's what's up.
Recorded, so
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro. That shit was hilarious, my nigga. We dove into a lot of topics, bro. So you definitely subscribe to their YouTube channel. Go to all the podcast platforms, bro. That episode was fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah. Edgar, you can hit it with the social media so we can get out of here.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube Q and Signee Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you click the notification bell. And you can email us at QANDEpodcast@gmail.com.
And subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Subscribe to our YouTube, Q and Signee Podcast, and subscribe to my YouTube. Just type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar and definitely subscribe. Got 2 new videos out this week, so definitely subscribe. And check out my nigga John Russy on Instagram, bro. And check out my nigga out on Twitter. This nigga is hilarious. Definitely fuck with the Make It Home Safe podcast, bro. And we appreciate you coming on, my nigga. I know it was hard a day after the loss, bro. I know
it is, but I fuck with y'all, so you know I was gonna come through and rock with y'all. So absolutely.
That's real, bro. Hey, but we appreciate y'all for listening, and we out. Peace.
Yes, sir.